All right, pal, it's time for my League Two predictions for the 25-26 season. 24th position to finish bottom of the league, Newport County. Last season, Newport finished 22nd. The two teams that have come up are a stronger side. Nelson Jardine were a poor manager and they replaced him with Hughes. And I just think Newport's style of football and a lot of negativity down there. And I just think that they're going to finish bottom of the league. I don't rate them as a team. 23rd position and second team to get relegated. It could be a bit of a surprise to some, but I'm going with Cheltenham Town. I believe that they have to for them to bring players in, they're having to get players out. And the transfer listed the best players. They've brought in Lee Angol. Lee Angol, last two seasons, relegated with Morecambe, relegated with Sutton. So the Lee Angol effect will continue, and it'll be an hat-trick of relegations for Lee Angol. Cheltenham 21st. 22nd position, I'm going with Accrington Stanley. They're always down there, and they just seem to grind it out, but I do think that Accrington don't have the resources of many League Two clubs, and yeah, I just think that they'll be weak, but I think they'll stay up, so it's not a right good excuse, but 22nd Accrington Stanley. First position, I'm going with Shrewsbury Town, who've just been relegated. I think the problems at Shrewsbury are that they thought that they were going to get new owners, and it's just a mess at that club, isn't it, really? I mean, Gareth Ainsworth were there, he's left to go to Gillingham, and I think with that losing mentality, it takes a while to get rid of it. I mean, Carlisle had it last season, Forest Green had it this season before. That relegate, losing constantly to try and get that out of your system, and I just think they'll finish 21st and just escape it, because I think there's three teams weaker than them, but definitely two in Newport and Cheltenham. 20th position, I'm going with Harrogate Town. They just seem to grind results out. I mean, they've got a great manager in Simon Weaver. He'll never be sacked because his dad's in charge, but they always seem to get points where you don't expect them, and they get crucial wins. I mean, some teams have really bad records against Harrogate Town, my team being one. And I think they'll finish 20th, Harrogate Town. They'll stay up and survive another season in League Two. 19th position, I've got Barrow. It might be a bit of a shock, that bit, because they had a season where they finished 16th last season. But they've lost some key players in Campbell, Gotts and Spence. And I just think that for the smaller clubs in this league, like Barrow, you need to replace that. So 19th position for me. 18th position, I've gone with Oldham Athletic under the stewardship and ownership of Frank Rothwell. They were hit and miss in the National League, but I think the feel-good factor at Oldham it should keep them up above the teams that have said that will finish below them. So Oldham in 18th position. 17th position, I've gone with Bromley. I know that some people say second season syndrome and things. I think that it could hit them, but I do believe that Michael Cheek's goals will keep them up if he does stay there. 16th position, I've gone with Tranmere Rovers. I know that they've got Richie Smallwood there now, but Andy Crosby has his first full season under Tranmere Rovers, and I think they'll be clear of the bottom two. I think they'll finish 16th, and it's progression only by 4 positions because they finished 20th last season, but I do think Tranmere will be around the 16th position. 15th position, I've gone with Crawley Town. Could be, you don't know whether to put them 5th, 15th or 24th, so I've gone with 15th. I know they've got Harry McGurdy, but other than Swindon, what's he done elsewhere? But I think 15th with a position in League Two and a bit of stabilisation for the club. I know Scott Lindsay's back there, and 15th. 14th position, I've gone with Crewe Alexandra. I know that they had a really bad end to the season last season, and I don't know why I've gone 14th, to be honest, but I do think Crewe will be around mid-table. I think Lee Bell he'll do a solid job there, and if he don't, they'll just get rid. But 14th position for Crewe. In 13th position, I've got Cambridge United. I think with Neil Harris in charge, I think the club will just be wanting to get a bit of stabilisation and retain the League Two position for next season. Position I've gone with Notts County. I know they were in the playoffs last season, but they've lost the manager in Maynard, which I thought it was shit anyway, and they've got they've lost David McGoldrick, who were always injured for him anyway. So, and I think they're bringing this Patterson in. I just think it's not a great move for Notts County. They're losing players, my dog's barking, and yeah, even Bear thinks it's going to be 12th position. For 11th position, I'm going with Walsall. I know they were the runaway leaders last season, but Matt Sadler's a trash manager. And I say that because any manager that has got a team that are top of the league by 12 points and they suffer that horrendous, dreadful shit show of a winning position and can't even get promotion even through the playoffs, I believe that he'll be sacked, and I think Walsall will push on next season and get into 12th position. I can't see him being anywhere near playoffs. I think, there'll be a bit of a gap between the playoffs and 12th, and I think that Walsall, 12th position, back to normality for Walsall. 11th position for Walsall, but I'll go for 10th position. I'll go for Barnet, newly promoted Barnet. They drew on Tuesday against Newport, and I think I believed into the hype of them being a National League winner and being 10th. But Barnet always generally struggle in this league. But with Dean Brennan, had a great managerial season for Barnet last season, and got a young team and they're hungry. And I think 10th position for Barnet. I could be proven wrong with that one though, so we'll see. In 9th position, I've gone with Fleetwood Town. I think they will be stronger next season with Pete Wild in charge. I still don't think they'll get the playoffs. Pete Wild, I know people say that he's a great manager and that, but he is. But he's never done no, has he really? I mean, he got Halifax in playoffs and he got Barrow up there, but he's never got promotion or out. So yeah, I think Pete Wild will get Fleetwood in 9th position. I think that could be quite controversial. Some people might not agree with that, but it's just my thoughts. I don't rate Pete Wild, but he is good for Fleetwood. In 8th position, I'm going with Fish and Chip FC, which is Grimsby Town. I think that they've, 2 seasons ago they were struggling at the bottom. They brought Artell in and he's done a fantastic job for Grimsby. I think they'll just miss out again on the playoffs, but yeah, another great season for Grimsby. First team in the playoffs for me, 7th position, Gillingham. I know people always go Gillingham, and I just think that with bringing Gareth Ainsworth in, he's got that experience of managing a team that are decent for this level. Gillingham did struggle last season, but I do think that they will get 7th this season. If they don't do it this season, then I don't think they ever will. 6th position, I'm going with Salford City. Carl Robinson in charge. They're bringing in players left, right and centre, and I think they'll be strong this season. They were good until they played Man City and lost 8-0, I think it was, last season, but I think it just showed a bit of tired legs, and I do think Salford will finish 6th in the league, but yeah, 6th with Salford. 5th position, I'm going with Colchester United. The Cowley brothers have done a brilliant job there, and they were really strong until they played Bradford City last season when they lost 4-2. I think it dented the confidence, but I do think with another season under the Cowleys, I think 5th position for Colchester. 4th position, I'm going with Ian Holloway's Swindon Town. Last season, Swindon were near the bottom, and I thought they were doomed, to be honest, until they brought Ian Holloway in, and brought him in, and he's instilled some right confidence in that team and some togetherness. I mean, I know we lost 5-4 to them, and there were the antics at the end, but it showed a real togetherness with Swindon, and I do think that they'll just miss out on the top 3 this season. Playoffs for Swindon. 3rd position, I'm going for Bristol Rovers. Darryl Clark's just been brought in. I know Bristol Rovers have got relegated last season. They've got them losses, but I think with Darryl Clark there, and with Bristol Rovers in this league, they always generally do well. And I think 3rd position. Bearing in mind, I did say that about Forest Green 2 seasons ago, and they got relegated. So that could happen again, probably, knowing my predictions. Being the last few predictions, I've got 3 right out of the 92, so yeah. Third for Bristol Rovers. Position, I'm going with Chesterfield. I think Paul Cook did a great job there last season. I think Chesterfield have got that League 2 experience now, and I think he's got promotion with them in from the National League. He got a playoffs last season. This season, Chesterfield second in the league for me. Great manager is Paul Cook. And my champions, surprise, surprise, at MK Dons. Bringing Paul Warning, who's a serial winner. He's gained promotion 4 times in the Football League. They brought in Collins from Bolton, Mendes Lang from Derby, I believe. And, you know, they're just all the players that they're recruiting, the money they're spending. I know they're 19th place last season, but this season, champions. So my summary is MK Dons to win promotion, win the league. Chesterfield second, third, Bristol Rovers for the promotion. And I think the playoff winner will be, so in my playoffs I've got Swindon, Colchester, Salford and Gillingham. Playoff winner will be Swindon Town to beat Colchester in the final. Not bothered about the score. And the 2 that go down, I've gone with Cheltenham Town and Newport County. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. And yeah, here's to an exciting EFL Football League season.